Shakur has more to lose here. Shakur is the one that's thought of as, like you said, pound for pound #1 one day, maybe someday in the not too distant future. He's the favorite in this fight, bigger favorite than anything any of us anticipated, at, around 3.5 to 1. But Teo, look, what I look at here is I think Teofimo, yes, he's had problems, which scares me for Teo, but I'm going to use your word, Max, fast twitchies.
There's a chilling idea circulating in boxing right now, and it has nothing to do with raw power or brute force. It's about the idea of the impossible fighter, the kind of athlete who doesn't just beat opponents, but deletes them. They make you look like you never belonged in the ring at all. We've seen this archetype before. Floyd Mayweather embodied it before him. Pernell Whitaker did the same, and now, according to ESPN veteran analyst Max Kellerman, that torch has been passed to one man, Shakur Stevenson. The question is, what happens when that kind of fighter finally meets his opposite?
How do you envision it? I mean, I'm sure you played it out in your mind a bunch of times already.
Me just making a great fighter look average. That's how I see it.
Are you gonna fight like the Zepeda way? Because that was the first time we see you fight like that.
I can't tell you how I'm gonna fight. I fight different styles for different people.
Yeah.
So I may fight this way for this guy. I may fight the other way for another guy. But my main objective is to get the job done.
That makes January 31st so compelling. The undefeated ghost is stepping in with the one fighter who has built a career out of ruining legends. Teofimo Lopez makes no sense on paper. Against average opponents, he looks inconsistent, sometimes even lost. But put him in front of someone viewed as untouchable, and he transforms into something dangerous. Kellerman and the Ring Magazine panel broke this matchup down, and what came out wasn't a simple pick. It sounded more like a warning. This won't be a routine fight. This is a collision of styles where someone's trajectory is about
getting it right, the best fighting the best. Both fighters believe that this matchup settles the argument about who leads the new era. So what do we think of the styles matchup, guys? This is a high-speed chess match a la Sugar Ray Leonard or Pernell Whitaker, Leonard and Benitez, or Pernell Whitaker, Buddy McGirt, or is it a Jerry versus Jerry fight, right? Because no one wants to take the lead. Or
its case for Shakur isn't built on speed alone, because speed fades. His argument is that Shakur has perfected the high-level technician style to a point where he's almost impossible to score against. Think about that difference. Losing a fight is one thing. Feeling like you physically cannot land a punch is something else entirely. Kellerman compares Shakur to Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, a defensive genius who could stand inches from danger and still make opponents miss. This is a low-risk, high-IQ nightmare. Shakur doesn't gamble. He doesn't overextend, he dissects. The panel emphasized that when defense and ring intelligence reach this level, the fighter stops being an opponent and becomes a puzzle no one can solve. For Teofimo, who thrives on rhythm and explosive counters, spending 36 minutes swinging, that airs the worst possible scenario. How do you solve a fighter who's never where you think he is?
Malik, I'll start with you.
I think it's a very special fight. It's the type of matchups we always are acting for. When it comes to explosiveness, I would have to go with Teo. When it comes to actual rapid speed, I would have to go with Teo. But when it comes to body punching, when it comes to good timing, when it comes to craft, I would have to give all of that to Shakur Stevenson.
What do you think, Doug?
They're both boxers. I look at Stevenson as a versatile technician. I look at Teofimo. He's a boxer puncher, but his specialty is his counter punching. Listen, if Stevenson wants to be on his stick and move game, very difficult style matchup for Teofimo, and maybe not that entertaining to the fans.
Because Stevenson's longer.
Exactly.
Stevenson's defense probably the best in the game, and he's longer.
Great reflexes and timing, and so does Teo. That's why he's a great counter puncher. But Teo's, he's a very special athlete, and as a competitor, he is one of those guys who saves his A game for a fellow elite opponent. That's when he really rises his game and shows us the Teofimo Lopez that everybody thought he was when he was a prospect. People used to look at him and say, oh, this guy is going to be the star in boxing. It didn't really play out that way, but every now and then he reminds us how special.
Is where the narrative gets strange. If you look only at Teofimo Lopez's recent performances, you'd assume he has no chance. He struggled badly against Sander Martin. He looked flat and frustrated against Jermaine Ortiz. There have been loud whispers questioning his confidence, his focus, even his mental stability. Plenty of fans have already written him off as a fighter whose best days are behind him.
people think it is.
It's an impeccable. He said.
I disagree with him, but he said he don't think it's as impeccable as people think it is.
I mean, he ain't been in there with me to know whether how good it is. A good sparring ain't gonna tell. We did 3 rounds. That shit ain't. He couldn't barely hit me then. So I'm not taking nothing from the sparring, but he don't know whether how good I am. Like, you don't know how good my defense is until come January 31st.
He pretty much said your style of boxing. He said he's beat hundreds of fighters with your style.
200
of boxing.
southpaws.
200 southpaws.
Undefeated against southpaws.
So he said it's light work.
Man,
Well,
that's the
what Pop
thing
said.
where he gotta like pay attention to, cause like, yeah, you did good with some southpaws, but then there are southpaws you did bad with. So it's not just, okay, I beat Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, but then you fought Jermaine Ortiz and Sandor Martin, and they are 2 southpaws who both gave you trouble. So
That's a good point.
it give him confidence to beat them bigger guys that got the bigger names, but his confidence went down when he fought them other guys. So truthfully, all that southpaw shit, that shit sound good, but what you gonna do when you get in front of me? I'm not none of them guys.
Panel dug deeper into what they call the Teofimo paradox. The truth is, Teofimo gets bored with mediocrity. He sinks to the level of opponents he doesn't fear. But look at what happens when he faces someone considered unbeatable. When he fought Vasily Lomachenko, Loma was treated like a boxing deity. Teofimo was counted out. Instead, he showed a level of discipline and controlled aggression we had never seen and took the belts. Against Josh Taylor, the undisputed champion, he was doubted again and dominated. Kellerman's argument is that Teofimo only unlocks his best version when fear is present, and Shakur Stevenson represents pure fear. That means the version of Teofimo we see on January 31st could be something we haven't witnessed in years.
In both fights where he won the Ring Magazine Championship, he was the underdog. 4-1 underdog against Lomachenko. People forget, Lomachenko was taking elite fighters in the lower divisions and they were quitting.
Yes.
He was beating them into some, they were like, I can't do this, right? And Teofimo beat him, right? He outboxed him.
Yeah, he didn't do it by physically imposing himself on him.
He outboxed him, he outfought
Technically.
him, he had speed, power, and then again against Josh Taylor at junior welterweight, he was the underdog. So he saves his best for his biggest moments.
Yes, and Max, and look, I give Shakur a lot of credit, right? Because we see fighters like Bruce Ennis that want to do a tune-up fight at their first fight at the new weight. And like Devin Haney, Shakur saying, I'll go right to the top dog at 140. So props to my best friend, Shakur Stevenson, Max.
Yes.
But look, I
What
do
is the beef with you two?
I think it's fun, you know? I think we, I don't think it's real hate.
You
but-
you have this ability to bring out a certain kind of animosity in people in the boxing world. Does this extend to outside the boxing world?
Yeah, it does.
Or
yeah.
It does.
I've had that ability since I've been like 4 years old, Max, and growing up. But you asked about Teo. I actually think this fight is about Teofimo more than it is about Shakur Stevenson. And the reason I say that is what Doug said. When Teofimo Lopez rises to the occasion, he looks like a guy that can't be beat sometimes. And I say it's really about Teo here because Shakur, like you said, he's the favorite, 3.5 to 1 favorite right now. He's the one moving up in weight. And if you look at it stylistically, Shakur, right, he's the better boxer. We've seen Teo have problems with, fast of fleet boxers like Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz. But then you think about sometimes when Teo rises to the occasion, I mean, the Josh Taylor fight, but everyone was picking Josh Taylor that you spoke to in boxing.
Yeah.
And we saw what Teo did to Josh Taylor. We saw what Teo did to Lomachenko. And one of the things that I think that gets lost in that fight against Lomachenko is Teo threw more than 100 punches in the final round to make sure he won that fight.